The last video I posted on YouTube was about my trip to Morocco, and I thought of why not have another video where I explain how I was able to apply for the Moroccan Evisa and also every other detail such as my accommodation, the airline, and also I was able to navigate transportation in Morocco. So if you haven't watched the video where I went to Morocco, why not? There is a link up here where you're definitely going to see everything about what I did in Morocco, where I stayed, and how beautiful the accommodations or the apartments were. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're a new friend, because I like to call you my friend, and you're watching me for the first time. Kindly subscribe. Kindly please share with your family and friends. This also goes to those who have already subscribed. Please share with your family and friends, and also use the comment section. So I will just go straight to the video. I'm also going to look at this note here where I just put down key points on what I'm going to be talking about on today's videos. So I would like to discuss first about the Morocco Evisa. As a Nigerian living in the UK, what was required from me was just my passport and my BRP, and also they will just ask you if you can afford to fund yourself for the days that you are going to be spending in Morocco, and also they'll ask for your job. I don't know how it is like in Nigeria, but I believe there should be an embassy for that. So I'll just go right to it. I think this video is going to also benefit those in Canada, US, Australia. During my application, after putting my name, there was a part where they asked me for my nationality and for my residency. And when I got to the part of residency, I realized that there was no place for UK residency. So what I just did in that case was to put in Nigeria. When I put the application forward, I got an email. I think I did it in the night, and the next morning when I was at work, I received an email from them stating that I needed to change my residency to the UK since I already provided my BRP. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is, aside your passport and your BRP, you would also be needing a passport photograph. So make sure you have your passport photograph ready during this process. To be honest, my own passport was, I used my phone to snap a passport for myself. Then I got another email again from them that same day. And I think this is one of the things I need to comment about them. The way they respond is so fast. Imagine they responded less than 24 hours. Guys, that was like shocking for me, to be honest. Like less than 24 hours, I got responses from them, and yeah, everything was really smooth. I got another email from them stating I needed to correct my BRP expiry date. So this was a mistake I made on my own side. For my BRP expiry date, the one on my BRP card is quite different from the original date which my BRP or my residency permit is going to expire. So I put in the original date which my residency permit is going to expire rather than the one on the card. So what they required of me was the one on the card, since that was what I showed to them. If you don't make any mistake, I don't think there will be any reason for them to send an email to you. So they'll just check your documents, and yeah, they'll give you the e-visa. So that night, so I think in 24 hours, I got my visa, my e-visa, and I also got my spouse's e-visa. So that was it. How much did it cost? Very cheap. It cost us 770 dirham, and converting that, I think it is 70 something pounds. Yeah, so per person, yeah, I need to state that it is per person, so it is 770 dirham per person. Moving on, I would like to talk about the airline I used for my travel to Morocco. So before this trip, before this trip, I was very keen on affordability. I was very keen on management. Like, I don't know, I try as much as possible to enjoy myself, but at the same time manage as much as I can. If I know I can cut costs on some things, trust me, I'm definitely going to do that. So in as much as it's not going to kill me or hurt me or damage anything. So yeah, I checked, I've heard a lot about Ryanair, how affordable it is, and yeah, I checked Ryanair and I also checked Wizz Air. So at that time when I wanted to travel, Wizz Air wasn't flying to Morocco, so I had to like go for Ryanair. So for Ryanair, first thing I did was I already knew where I was going to, so I just put in Esosa because that was the first place I wanted to go to because of the beach. And when I saw the amount for 2 people, it was just like £177.72, which is quite affordable for 2 of us. Mind you, this does not include extra luggage. It is just your backpack. And if you had seen the previous video of my vlog, you see that I was just with one bag. That was the only thing I was entitled to for this amount. So if you are the type that does not know how to travel light or travel small, please and please know that you're going to pay for extra luggage. So for me, I already knew that I could not afford to go extra or do more. So that was why I had to stick to the backpack and made sure that I had to like follow the rules because I was not ready to pay for extra luggage. In fact, for my spouse's bag, funny enough, when he was packing, I realized that this man's bag is going to be more than a backpack. I just told him, babe, don't worry, I'm going to help you to pack. And I had to like help him to pack. I gave him the option to choose, oh, would you like to wear this or this? Then he gave me the ones he preferred, then I packed it, and yeah, everything was smooth and it was just one backpack. So the process was quite seamless. They would ask you for things like, will you like a cab from the airport? Will you want us to settle your accommodation? Guys, you do not need them to do that. That is extra money. Try and sort out yourself and look for a cheaper way to enjoy your life. So I did not do any of those extra things. There was even a part where they were like, you need to pay for your seats, or if you don't pay, you sit randomly. Well, to be honest, I had to pay, and the reason why, two reasons rather why I had to pay was because number one, I knew I was not traveling solo. I had my spouse with me, so I wouldn't want them to, separate us. That was first reason. The second reason was because I wanted us to sit by the windows in order to take, to see how it is, and the whole paparazzi that comes with it. So we had to do that. So I had to pay extra for that one, but it wasn't even expensive. I didn't take note of the amount, but I'm going to check and put it on the screen. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think everything actually comes with this amount I called, which is £177.72. So it is still quite cheap for me, and yeah, it is so reasonable. And also I had to pay for travel insurance because safety is very important. In as much as I want to manage and cut down costs, I also need to prioritize our safety. So for travel insurance, I had to pay £59.66, which is still reasonable for 2 people. Another thing I would like to mention is that if you are going with Ryanair, based on my experience, and I think it's like that for Ryanair flights, I think that the money I called is cheap, so you should also expect that you will not be fed on the plane. Now what they do is that they sell things. I know that I want to reduce costs as much as possible. Like, I'm very, very particular about this. I made sure I already prepared food for us a night before that we were going to eat in the morning. So very early in the morning, when we arrived at the airport, we ate in the airport, and that was it. We didn't have to like buy anything on the plane, so that was fine with us. Yeah, aside that, the plane is quite small. I don't know if you have a preference on that or not, but I'm just giving you full details about my trip. I would move on to I'll move on to accommodation. Now, another thing was accommodation. I searched hotels. I saw hotel was quite expensive, and I'm very keen on privacy, and I knew that for hotel I'm not going to be getting privacy for that luxury I'm going to be paying for. So what I did was I had already set up an account on Airbnb. It's not hard, excuse me, just set up an account on Airbnb and use Airbnb for your accommodation. So I went to 4 different places. If you haven't seen the video on this, kindly watch the video. Lovely places, all of it were wonderful experience. Even though we're on the road for many times, but it was worth it. It was really, really worth it. So yeah, I went to 4 different places. I landed at Esosa. I spent a night there. Then the next day we moved to Marrakesh. Marrakesh is just 2 hours 30 minutes from Esosa. And Marrakesh, we stayed at Marrakesh for 2 nights. Wonderful people, wonderful environment as well. And from there we went to Casablanca. We used a train to Casablanca. So from Marrakesh to Casablanca, we used a train. We spent 2 nights again at Casablanca. Then from Casablanca we went to the popularly known as Blue City, which is Chefchaouen, and we spent a night there. So from Casablanca to Chefchaouen we used bus to get there. We used the bus. Then from Chefchaouen, all these things I would say it seems so easy, but when I give you in-depth details about everything, guys, you're going to laugh at me and my spouse. So from Chefchaouen again, we will have to go back to Esosa because we had to catch our flight for 11:25 thereabout. So yeah, so we made use of Airbnb like I said. And again, if you have not watched my vlog, I think you really need to, because this video and that video are intertwined. So you really need to watch that video, please. So again, SSR was a lovely place, beach, lovely food, lovely environment. So the next thing, actually that is all. Actually, that is all. That is all. So thank you very much for sticking with me throughout this video. Kindly watch my previous videos, not the one I just posted last, the previous videos, and subscribe if you're watching me for the first time. Even if you've been watching me but you've not subscribed, because I know a lot of you. I checked my I checked my analysis and I saw that I had so many views. Yeah, yet it does not tally with my subscribers. So please please subscribe and share, and also use the comment section, please. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you next time in my other video. I love you.